Pretty typical day. I'd been doing work and had come through the plant. I got ready to pass through the door, and I'd bent over to look both ways when I was struck by this large door. And this thing just came out of the ceiling like a freight train. The doctor told me to take it easy, put me on restricted duty, light duty, gave me a couple of prescriptions, and released me back to work. Sometimes I'd kind of get something was off. I was trying to do simple tasks that really shouldn't take me long, shouldn't be hard, but I seemed to be struggling with it. I can remember driving home one day, and I was having just this god-awful bad headache. My blood pressure was so high, essentially, they told me that I was on the verge of a stroke. The effects were such that, not only was I just kind of losing track of time, didn't know where I was at, I would just totally lose my balance. I started having seizures and tremors so bad that I couldn't hold food on the fork. I was having these emotional outbursts that I couldn't control. It just turned everything upside down. When I went to the neurologist and I expressed this to them, when he told me that you have to go back to work, you could not convince him that, the places I was going to be was one, dangerous, and two, that medically I just wasn't really capable of doing that. It was around that time that we got serious about looking for help.
I remember well when I first met Martin and his wife in my office. It was about 6 months after his injury, and it was very obvious that he was frustrated. He was having some difficulty in word finding. The difficulty with a brain injury is it's the hidden injury. There's nothing that you can see. There's no blood. There's no broken bone. So I started off by just listening. From the beginning, it was apparent to me he was a very high-functioning individual, intellectually. He had worked for that same employer for many years as a troubleshooter, where when equipment would break down, would be able to fix that. He was a bit of a jack of all trades, and many people at that company relied on him to keep the company running, to keep the machinery going, and he was very adept at doing that.
Up until that point, I had kind of felt that people just weren't taking the injury seriously. They just weren't. I had seen so many doctors, and you could just see it at times on their face, the doubt.
He doesn't want to be treated as a statistic. I think he was pleased to talk to somebody who he understood would be interested in only his welfare.
When Edward Allen did get involved, things got serious. People started taking it very seriously. Mr. Edward Allen had a number of times given us just advice which really steered us in the right direction.
We were able to assist in getting him medical care by a brain injury specialist.
Kind of get my intellectual processes back where they needed to be.
We were able to get resolution of the case by basically showing their side what our evidence was going to be at trial. We had our experts' opinions, and we had taken numerous depositions of individuals. And it's by that strength, I believe, that we were able to get a very good result for Martin.
There were times that I doubted, because it was so difficult, so expensive. It just takes so much out of you. He never had any doubt.
To be able to win for him, to get him what I knew he was entitled to. It's the greatest feeling that we have.
Having, Edward there with us, supporting our efforts is just, it's priceless.